So I'm going to show you how I shave like a Klingon. So I haven't shaved in a week, but I did have a little bit of a goatee over here. And this actually came up in conversation while I was at work, because I do all different types of facial hairstyles. One of my coworkers said, when I do the style I'm going to show you, what's that called? You know, there's Van Dykes, there's a whole bunch of different ones. I've done handlebar mustaches. I said, oh, this is classic Klingon style. And it kind of stuck. So I'm going to show you how exactly I do it. So this is what I use. I use old school shaving tools. This is how my grandfather taught me to shave. This is actually my grandfather's shaving mug. He worked at Winchester Firearms for 42 years. I use this Dapper soap, and I'm going to put the link down below. You can buy this at conventions. This Dr. Mike, he's a great guy. He hits a lot of the science fiction conventions, Star Trek conventions, and it's all locally made items and imported. The items that are imported are done so ethically. It's really a great company that I love everything that he does. And this is going to be a shea butter based, as well as has a little bit of fragrance in there as well. Has like a wildflower fragrance, but it's very light. I can't remember the exact flower, but I'll put that in the show notes in the links below. I use a classic butterfly style brush. So all I do is I drop a fresh blade in there. And if you haven't shaved this way, I recommend shaving this way, the classic way. If you used to years ago and somehow gotten into doing plastic shavers, disposable shavers, I recommend going back old school again. So talk about old school, this is the old school mug from my grandfather, but then the new mug that I use for soaking my brush, it's a Star Trek mug. Beam me down, Scotty. So what I do is I soak my brush in water for about probably 15 minutes, lukewarm water, just to get the bristles soft. And then I swish around my Dapper shaving soap, and I get a lather out of it. And I have my sink filled with lukewarm water. Now, I already wiped down my face with warm water, so my pores are open. Let me do it again. Get the bristles wet. And all I'm going to do, now it all depends on what your style is. Some guys, they like to do a round stroke, swishing it around. I like to brush it back and forth. I'm just going to do the areas that I want to shave. And then I'm going to go I'll flip it around. I'm doing clean strokes. I'm going on the top part, I'm going with the grain. Now I feel that I'm getting too clogged up with hair, so all I'm going to do on the bottom part, I'm going to do an upward motion. What I like about using these old school butterfly razors is you get it's one blade, so it's not multiple blades ripping up your skin. Clean cut. Remember growing up seeing the Mego doll, the Klingon, and that was my absolute, what I consider the absolute epitome of the Klingon shade. But if you watch the original series, you're going to notice that the Klingons have a variety of different shaving styles in the background. They even have some clean shaven ones if you look close enough. All I gotta do is, if I get too clogged up with hairs, I'm gonna get a little more lather down there so the hairs are thicker. So now I'm gonna start sculpting. Use my tongue. Look at that. Just look like the Mego Klingon doll now. And that's how you shave like a Klingon.